when I came up with the idea and I talked to Toys R Us and Walmart and Target, and I told them what I was going to do, I said I'm going to do exactly the same as everybody else, and then I'm going to put this cool layer of art on top of it. And they went, yeah. And then when I showed it to them, built, I brought that to them built, and that governance room to them built, and they didn't get it. They go, I thought you were going to give me some building set. And I go, the governance room is almost 300 pieces, and then when I pulled the piece off, and you got to see the dimples, and you got to see the bumps, or the nipples, whatever you want to call them, that I just go, they went, so it's building blocks. Yes, I've been telling you that. It's building blocks. Here's what's hard for me to imagine. Luckily, they said, yes, we'll take it because you've got like some mature product out there right now, right? You've got the Halo, you've got the Call of Duty, both of those are doing gangbuster. So good for me because they're saying, yeah, we can sell product to older people. It's just hard for me to imagine. I got to tell you, as a 50-year-old art guy, it's hard for me to imagine that I'm going to play this video game and then I'm going to go, gosh, now that I'm a hardcore and I'm 25 and I'm playing this game, I'm going to go and buy that product that has proportionally, doesn't look like what's on my screen. The build doesn't look like what's on the screen. There's nothing there that looks like what's on the screen. And I go, why don't we make it look like what's on the screen? What's on the screen? Here's what I will never do. I will never give you a piece of plastic about that big that's green and call it grass. And you're gonna have to go for the ride. Or I won't give you a piece like this with a bunch of dots and it's brown and call it dirt. I'm not gonna do that. I won't insult you with that. What we'll do is we'll take that piece and then we'll put the dirt pieces on top of it, and we'll put the grass pieces, or the green pieces, or the machine pieces, or the steel rivet pieces, or whatever it's supposed to look like, and we'll put those pieces on top. So to me, the big companies, they take it to about a 90% level and then they stop artistically, and I'm just going to finish my product. I'm just going to finish the art. I'm going to finish. They stop the art at a certain point. We're going to finish the art. Now, does it mean that I got to give you a couple extra parts? Yeah. Does it mean it's going to probably cost me more than it costs them? Yes. I don't care, right? I'm in the art business. My job is to deliver, just like I did in the action figure, is to deliver art that's coming there. So I would love it that at the end of it, you can either then buy little action figures that will look realistic, that will look like what you see on TV. You can buy the figure, and you can have 2 feet on your shelf, and then just like a choir stand, you go, and you can have 200 characters from this show. All the humans, all the walkers, all the key people. Look at the 6-inch figures. I'm never going to deliver 100 figures to you. I can't. I got to pick like 5 or 6 each time. It's going to take 20 years. But with these small figures, I can do 10, 20, 30, 40 every time I put them out there. And pretty soon you can have the whole cast, the A, the B, and the C characters, and all the zombies this big. You don't even have to buy any of the sets. You can just collect the figures. Or you can buy the sets with what I give you and walk away from it. Or you can buy that looks pretty cool with the fence. But if you buy more of the figures, you can have something that will resemble what you see in that case. So I'm going to let you guys decide how cool you want your stuff to look at home. That's on you. So we're going to be creating figure packs, 5, 10, 15, 20. The blind bags, just to give you a little bit of a hint. If you look at the blind bags, if in the top corner there's 2 letters. One's a H and one's a W. H is for human, W is for walker. So if you're looking to collect all the humans, buy the H figure. If you're looking to buy a horde of zombies and you want to get a bunch of zombies, buy the W. Buy more of the W. The parts will interact. So if you get 2 of the same, you can mix and match. I mean, if you get 2 different ones, you can mix and match it. We're going to start doing some paint colors, but eventually, ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be hundreds of these figures. See back there, we've just begun. We're going to fill those cases as tall and as wide as we can, and we're going to do it. Are we going to do more of the show in the future? Of course we will. Do we have the new ideas? Yeah. You see the Winnebago back there, the RV. There's a preview of some of the stuff we're doing for Series 2. Are we going to do other licensing? Yes, we will. So the idea is to have a big anchor, Walking Dead, another big anchor. I will announce that hopefully in the next month. And then I'm going to do a bunch of little ones in between that right now, the people who are buying this are willing to now take some of that crazy stuff I used to do with action figures that they won't take. They'll take it in the building aisle. So all that, if you guys remember, all the Twisted Christmas, the Twisted Oz, all the monster stuff, all the crazy stuff I did, they still won't take it in the 6-inch figure, but they go, you give that to me for a small bill at $14, $15, we'll take it all day long. So I'm going, so all that crazy stuff I used to do, it's going to come, and then the long-term plan, you just wait. Once they say McFarlane can do some cool shit, you just wait till I go, let me give you my dragon build. Let me give you my robot build. Let me give you the cool stuff, and you're going to get a build that looks like this. It's a robot. It's going to look like some of the Japanese companies that are standing over there, and it's going to be cool, and it's going to all be bricks, but it's going to look like a model kit when you're done, and it'll look awesome. So that's the long-term plan. Do I believe it will work? For a small company, it'll work, right? And you know why? Because every single 8-year-old kid who put bricks together, unless they got hit by a bus, is still alive and is now 18 or 28 or 38, and they will still put bricks together as long as when they're done, it looks cool, like something that they actually collect, watch, listen, hear, or read right now. That's the big deal. And I feel like I'm back 20 years. When I started the toy company and I saw they left a crack for me to drive art. It's the one thing they don't do, art. They're going to let me drive art into that aisle, and God willing, we sell enough of them, and they'll keep asking me for more and more and more, and we'll do it. Is there any other, that was a long answer to a non-question, but is there any specific questions anybody has?
I got one.
Yes.
Todd, what's the retail price looking like for some of these?
All right, so the question is, what are going to be the price point? It's going to be a wide price point. The single pack blind bags, and again, I don't get to set the prices. I'm just telling you what the ballpark is going to be. The single figures should be like around $2.99, right? So I'll just round everything up, about $3 for the single figure. The 5-pack should be 5 times that would be 15. The Daryl and the Zombie is about 20. The Governor with the light up fish tanks, that'll be about 30. And then this one right here, the tower and the fence together will be about 60. If for some of you that don't pay attention to that aisle that much, there's sort of it's not accurate, but there's what we call a 10-cent rule. So if you go up and down that aisle and it's 500 pieces, it'll be $50. If it's 300 pieces, it'll be $30. So take a look at it. It's kind of consistent. So a 200 piece bill should be $20. A 450 piece one should be $45. So you can actually tell when you're getting a lot of bricks. If you see something 400 pieces for $30, that's actually a pretty good deal, right? So, and all the other competitors sort of fall in that same sort of category. Yeah. Any other questions on that?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I know you said that you can, grow lines and do other builds, but is there any specific show that you're thinking of for doing another build for?
Okay. The question is, am I going to do other licenses? The answer is, if this works, of course. of course. I have a couple offers into a couple big ideas, right? So what they're waiting for, one in particular, they're saying, you show me this work, deal's done the very next day. They don't want, because they're sort of going, you think older people are going to buy building blocks, right? They think it's sort of an odd thing. And I go, no, I think so if it's the subject matter of your show. Yes, I do. So they're going, well, you let these come out, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks I get a phone call from Toys R Us. They tell me the stuff's selling, and I can go back to these guys going, so we're going to sign the deal, and I'll be able to make an announcement here about the next one that I end up doing.
Yeah. When it comes to retailers,
Pardon me?
retailers you were talking about, you said Walmart, Toys R Us.
Well, okay, so starting next week, to be clear, next week, Toys R Us exclusive till for 2014. Starting at 2015, then I open up the door. So, who are they? Whoever wants them. All right. So, I mean, if they'll give me an order, I'll supply it, and then we'll go eventually internationally too. So we'll get there. So look at, after 20 years of being in this aisle, I'm just moving to another aisle, and I'm just going to bring the same sensibilities to that other aisle and just do cool stuff. Just do cool stuff in that aisle. There's not enough cool stuff in that aisle. The action figure aisle, I think I helped pioneer a lot of cool stuff in it, and now we need to start trying to get some more cool stuff in a couple of these other aisles. Yes. Which one is my favorite? Okay, look, at the end of the day, my favorite is the one that you guys consume, that then the retailers say we'll take more. Because as long as you guys are consuming, they let me do art. And to me, what's good for me is just doing art. I like doing art, right? So it's just, and it's a weird thing too. If I'm doing Dare on the Bike, that may be a different sort of mindset than trying to get that tower and the fence right. Okay. Hey, one other thing too. I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos, what we call Todd tips. You'll be able to go to YouTube, and I'm going to be able to show you, because I mean, look at, when you put that motorcycle together, there's some very small parts in it, and it's like there's a certain way you got to do it. So if you get frustrated on anything, you can go to YouTube, and I'm going to show you how to do it. There's kind of once I show you the easy way, you go, duh, I could have had a V8. It's like, okay, I get it now. So we're going to be showing you how to do it, and then I can't paint all the pieces. We can paint a lot of them at the factory. I can't paint them all. I'm gonna show you how to paint some of your pieces really easily, and show you like some really easy tips how you can put stuff in glad bags, in sandwich bags, and shake them around, and how it looks. So I'm doing my pod tips, so it will look even cooler. Here's my expectation. I think people are going to start doing customize. They're going to customize. They're going to paint. And they're going to start showing me their pictures. We're going to build a big internet on it, and I'm going to try and make some of the people who are doing that into superstars, and go, look at this guy from Ohio, and look at this guy from Wisconsin, look at his stuff. If you want him to paint his stuff, send it off to him, he's the guy, right? They do it with Warhammer. They're guys that do Warhammer stuff, that are these sort of artists that people go to. We're going to try and make them as sort of popular as possible. And then a slight digression a little bit. Then I'll also add that you can see up on the screen. We got my Spawn comic book is going to hit issue 250, which is the second independent book to ever get there. Right? Dave Sims Cerebit's got the 300, so I vow I'm going at least to 301 just to break the record. So I'll be like Cal Ripken. The Cal Ripken come. 250, Al Simmons character returns. He went away, and he's coming back, but he's coming back now, and he's now mature and smarter and stronger and faster, and he's now not the guy you saw for 185 issues before he blew his brain, who basically for 185 issues going, leave me alone. I just want to live my life. Leave me alone. He's now going to turn that on its head, and he's going to go after those that have been hunting them, and they're going to start saying, "Al, leave us alone, leave us alone." He's going to go, "I want you to feel what I felt for 185 issues." I'm bringing on a new writer and a new artist after 250. So after 250, which comes out triple-size comic book in January with a bunch of contributors doing covers and pinups, we're then going to come out with an issue number 1. Now, for all you people, and I've had plenty of people go, "Todd, you need to start numbering issue number 1. I just won't do it, ladies and gentlemen. I am a dinosaur. I will not do that. So I have spent 20 years getting to 250. I will not just throw 20 years away to put a number 1. So what I'll do is January 250, the return of Spawn triple size. February, Spawn Resurrection number 1. New writer, new artist, new direction, jumping on point, get into it, you're gonna see it. And if you like Spawn Resurrection number 1, then in the month following, go buy Spawn 251, and we're back to the numbering, and we're off to the races, and take that team. It's gonna be the new team on the book that's there. So the writer's name is Brian Woods, done some really cool stuff, DMZ, and some X-Men stuff. And then the artist is a young kid that's gonna blow your doors off. The guy by the name of John Boy Myers. Google him, go John Boy Myers, Jonboy, John Boy Meyer images, John Boy Meyer images, and you're gonna see some stuff that's stunning artwork. So that's now. Why do I do that? Because every 20 pages of comic books I write, I say the same thing to myself. "Todd, when are you going to finish that goddamn movie script?" And every time I write 20 pages of the comic strip, I go, "That could have been the movie." And so I did it about a year ago. I finally found some room for me, and I go, "Good, now I'm going to finish the script." And then, as I was writing the script, I went, "Wouldn't it be cool to come up with some cool building sets that look?" And I'm like immature, and I get distracted. So instead of finishing up the script, I came up with this idea. I've been working very hard for a year on this one. But now that I've given birth to the baby, and we're launched, hopefully I can go back and I don't come up with any other ideas. So one of two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to get that script finished, or you and I are going to be standing here next year and I'm going to have another idea. Well, only one of the two. Hopefully I get that script finished, and then I come up with the next idea. Any other questions? Yeah.
Any plans for future franchise?
Any other plans for Halo? Yes. So Halo, obviously, we got the big franchise. We're going to keep coming out with the games. Just had a meeting up there. They showed us some of the stuff they've got coming, some of the new visuals. So the answer is yes. What you'll see probably more though is that we'll blow it up as you get too close to game launches. Right, you're starting to see that. The retailers want stuff that's driven by events, and the events are these new products that are coming. Any other questions? Yes.
I have a fun question. If Rick and the group were in the apocalyptic world with Venom, how do you think they would fare?
Oh, so he's saying if Marvel comic books and The Walking Dead met, who would win, essentially? More specifically, between Venom and Rick, I think Venom would kick his ass. and it might be because I co-created Venom, so I'm sort of partial to him. So Robert Kirkman will tell you that if Rick Grimes would kick Venom's ass, so he'll give you a different answer. So I'm biased to my creation, and Robert Kirkman's biased to his. Yeah. Yes?
With the scale of the sets you're making, are there current plans to make wood bearers?
Yes. So his question was, because of the scale, are we inclined to make something like wood bearers, right? The answer is yes. Not all of them, because again, at that scale, you need this much room. But when we do some of the street facades, yes, the first thing that we'll come out with probably is going to be, for any of you Walking Dead fans, will be the barricade, the wall, because then you can build a wall, and then you can put people up there with their guns and their weapons. You can have a couple of the humans on the backside, and then you can put like 200 walkers on this side, and then you'll be able to create a little bit of what you have right here. We're also going to be coming out with trees and props. Look at here's what I'm hoping will happen. Keep all of the bricks from all the other companies. Ours mix and match. Just so you got those patents have gone. Everybody's bricks mix and match. So here's what I'm hoping will happen. That the people who customize will go, I got all these bricks, I'm going to keep them. But I'm going to build this thing, but I need a McFarlane window because his are cooler. I need a McFarlane planter because his are cooler. I need a McFarlane bush, a McFarlane tree. I need a McFarlane lamp light because mine are going to be cooler than theirs. So I wouldn't doubt that eventually we even just get that we're just selling props. We're just selling little trinkets so that you can build. When I was a kid, people did this with train sets. They made these big train sets, right? They were cool as hell. So I'll just create, instead of the post office, it'll just be cool stuff like that, right? If the post office, I do a post office, it'll be all decayed and ratted and blood stains and all cool stuff. Yeah, any other questions? All right. I appreciate all you guys showing up. No, I appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you.